everybody, what's up? Hopefully my phone doesn't die on me or memory or whatever cut out on this. I want to give you an update of the greenhouse here where I live. Yeah, because it's popping. I want you all to see this. So these front tables are filled with perennials, all different kinds of perennials. And perennials are the plants that come back year after year. Annuals are the ones you got to plant every year. They don't come back in the spring. And then you've got the biannuals that come back a couple times a year and then they die out. Yeah, awesome wind chimes going on here and different shrubs. New fish pond. Gonna be adding some water plants in there, I think. Some more perennials going on in here. Yeah, it's been so busy here at the greenhouse. Every day people coming in and ready to plant stuff. This building right here is our herbs. Just gonna see if I can. Shit, I can't open this right now to show you. I'll go in the other way. Anyways, this is the front door going in. And I've started work on my garden. My rule of thumb to plant everything safely so it doesn't freeze and die, and even warm things like tomatoes and peppers and things, is the first full moon in May. It's safe to say that, your plants will be safe outside. Fairy garden stuff, water fountains going on. This is our display for the fairy garden. Pretty cool. All different little figurines and stuff. Alright, this is the main sales counter here. Different supplies, more statues and things, and some water fountains that light up. And these are cool. These came in for Christmas along with these deer that are made out of different sticks pieced together. But these are really cool little gazebo planter type things, little fairy houses, whatnot. Okay, this is the main greenhouse, and then 4 others are connected to this one, and then there's a 5th one that's not connected. So you can see it is filled beautifully in here, and flowers are blooming everywhere. Some more water fountains and tropical plants going on. These right here that I'm in front of are geraniums. I really like unusual plants because geraniums, begonias, petunias, impatiens, those are kind of ordinary plants, and I like, me personally, my personal style is exotic, weird, and rare plants. Some of them I order from special places online. If I want a certain plant that no greenhouses sell, well, that you can visit, like this one, because this has normal plants, but a lot of really cool things too. These planters are really neat, I think. They just remind me of an Italian garden with the statues and stuff, and there's live plants coming out the top. Some interesting planters going on right here. And a boot. This is covered in moss and then filled with dirt and flowers. A couple air plants right there. Those are tropical. Okay, and this is the miscellaneous planters and the planter filler type plants in this room. This is the first greenhouse that I'm in. Different already pre-arranged pots. I really like this one. This is my favorite one in here. This purple one. These petunias are called Starry Night. And a lot of them are going in my front flower bed. I'm planting all blue flowers, which blue flowers are kind of a rare color in the flower world. There's more of the other colors than blue. So we're doing a Smurf a Smurf Village theme in my front flower bed with my blueberry plants and different blue and purple shades of plants in the front. Some blue morning glories vining up the side of my house. It should be pretty, and I'll show you the progress of that throughout the year. Yeah, these are just random pots and basket filling ideas in this one. Different grasses to make it interesting. I like to use different textures. Ooh, this is a pretty one I will show you. Nice one. Nice hibiscus. Yep, that's a hibiscus. That's a tropical. And if you're going to plant these, I would not leave them out in the winter. They will die. They are extremely tropical, but you can get them to continue if you put it in a pot and bring it in when it starts getting cold. Same with this one too, as a canna lily. Just know your plants. Look at the light and shade preferences. There's usually a tag. Let me show you. So there's a tag like this, and on the back you'll see what it prefers. That one, if you can see it, it says full sun. So that's something to pay attention to when planting your plants. Just because they look pretty in a spot is not what you want to think about, because you could have a shady spot that looks nice in a pot with the color and the kind of flower, but they will die because different plants prefer different amounts of sunlight and shade. So be aware of your yard and how much sun that gets throughout the day. And what shadows. You don't want corn growing in front of your lettuce, because it's going to shadow your lettuce, and it will die. So just be aware of your light and shade preferences on your plants. Okay, the second room I'm taking you to. Excuse me, I have been battling a nasty cold, and I never get sick, but I've had some crazy circumstances in my life, so it's been hard to shake it, but I will. Anyways, this has a lot of our vegetables. Like this we're looking at is eggplant, and eggplant is interesting because it is closely related to the mystical plant called the belladonna, deadly nightshade. And eggplant is very similar and related to it, but it is not poisonous. Don't get that confused. But their flowers, when the eggplant flowers, it looks just like a belladonna flower. And then after it's done flowering, it will have a small, dark, like blackish purple type of a berry looking thing. And then the eggplant looks the same, except that dark little berry, after the flower dies away, will become the eggplant. And eggplant is not poisonous, as you know. It's made in a lot of different dishes, and I'll be growing that this year too. But I think that's interesting that it's really closely related to belladonna. Different peppers. And last year I grew the hottest peppers in the world on accident, because the place that we ordered our peppers from, I thought I was growing cayenne peppers, and as they grew, I'm like, oh no, they're not. I can recognize that. Just recognizing what your plants look like when they're babies and they come back, as far as your perennials. But anyway, or if you plant seeds, like from seeds right into the ground, like recognizing what your baby plants look like is a good suggestion, so you don't think it's a weed and pull it up. But anyways, last year I thought I was growing cayenne peppers, and nope, they were the Carolina Reapers, the hottest peppers in the world, because the garden place that we ordered the already planted plants like this, they were mislabeled, this thing, and but that's okay, because I used them anyways, and I'm from New Mexico, so I can eat spicier food than anybody I've ever known in Minnesota. So it was all right. Different types of tomatoes. and kind of study there's so many different types of varieties and new hybrids and things of tomatoes. Just kind of getting a feel for what type you have and what type of things that they like. Know your plants, know what they like, know what kind of sun they like, and just go from there. So yeah, this is our second greenhouse we're in. We'll travel back through it. Now that I'm in here, I gotta check and see if those Starry Nights are sold out, because they usually get sold out really fast because they're very cool, and they are. They're one of the first ones to go these past 2 years is the Starry Night petunias. But I did get some in just in time in my front flower bed, so it's alright. Okay, coleus. This is just a plant. It doesn't flower. It's just like the foliage is really interesting, and they just kind of fill in some green spots in your flower bed. These ones, lantana. Lantana is a butterfly attractant, and that's also something really important when you're planting your flowers, to add flowers that the pollinators love. So you can see these little flowers up close are perfect for butterflies because they have a little hole in the center where the butterfly can stick its straw right in that hole of the flower and sip out the juices that it likes, attracting birds and good bugs like butterflies and bees and stuff to your garden. They will travel around your garden and pollinate, and you're going to need that if you're interested in having a very high vegetable yield, because those pollinators will help with that. This is another great butterfly and bee attractant, and the smell of it is really awesome. This is heliotrope. This is called heliotrope. You guys have to smell this. It is amazing. And we have like purple and a white variety. And again, these tiny little flowers are the perfect little straw flower sippers for the butterflies. Okay, what else we got here going on? Oh, yes, this is our succulent and cactus area. All different types of different unusual and interesting textures. This zone right in here is one of my favorites because there's so many textures going on here. There really is. It's really neat. Let's see. I'm going to show you. These ones kind of look like they're from Mars, and they're interesting because these little things at the ends of them, you can plant them and they'll grow a whole nother plant. And this, as I've shown many times, is the orchid cactus from Ecuador, and it is starting to bloom, and I'm going to show you an awesome bloom off of this. We have 1, 2, 3 of them, 3 orchid cactus, and they're different colors. This one's peach, and then we have a fuchsia, and then we have another peach and yellow. Yes, they are one of my favorites, and it is related to the dragon fruit. So after this is done flowering, if it's pollinized, then it will swell up like a huge dragon fruit that is edible. This one is one of my favorites because they look like little zippers. I just think their texture is just so unusual. I like to look at things up close. And here's another cactus that's flowering. This will be blooming soon on the orchid cactus, but I'm going to show you the bloom that's already happening on this one over here. Check this out. This is gorgeous. So when that fully opens, I'll take a picture of it and post it because they're one of my favorite flowers. They're amazing. The singing saguaro cactus from Argentina over there. Alright, let's travel this way. Marigolds. Marigolds are awesome. I want to talk to you about those. They are pretty common, but they are great. They add a pop of like really bright color of yellow, orange Some of them have red, different colors of marigolds. Now, the thing I like about marigolds is their scent is a natural pest repellent. Not birds, I'm sorry, like rabbits and deer. If you have a problem with those critters munching down your garden, I would recommend growing marigolds around the edge of it because they don't like the scent. And it's kind of like a natural pest repellent. Let's see here. Okay, going down. Now we are on to, oh, I skipped the third room. This is the fourth one, actually, and this is our impatiens. So I'm not going to walk all the way through here, but just so you can see what we've got going on here. Different color impatiens. Now they add a nice pop of color, like in a hanging basket, or something like this. Those are the impatiens. All different color varieties. Morning glories. Morning glories, growing up a fence is just one of the easiest, vines, I think. And I do like a combination of morning glories and moonflowers, because that way I have some blooming during the day in the early morning, and then I have some blooming at night. So adds a pop to like a tall fence or something you want to climb. They're really fast growing, and they're just a great classical flower. We got different hanging baskets, different things in here. And then I missed showing you this room. It's the geranium room. This is the third house. So geranium's another classic flower pot type flower in here. Really bright, vibrant reds and pinks in geraniums. We have a couple larger tomatoes already growing and set in the back. That's what's happening. And some more baskets, flowers everywhere. It's awesome. So what gets me through the winter time is plants. I have a banana tree growing in my plant all year, or in my house all year. If you can surround yourself with live plants, you will feel better. They provide oxygen and positive energy. It's just amazing what I've discovered being around this much plant energy. This is like the last one, the fifth one that's not attached to the main greenhouse. This is separate right out the back here, and this is kind of our creation room when we do new potted arrangements like that. We have like a bench table like that with potting mix with compost, a little bit of compost mixed with the regular classic potting soil. We have music playing, as you can hear. There's a radio in here. We play music for the plants because it helps with their energy, just like you hear, like talking to plants improves them. And you can see that our work is just phenomenal because we have human positive energy connection going on with our plants. This is a really fun flower that I always loved when I was a little girl. These are snapdragons, and I love them because me and my grandmas used to make them talk. So I'll show you how to do it, show you what I mean. Like, some of them don't talk. There we go, we got a talker. Okay, so you kind of pinch the sides of it like this, and it opens up its mouth, and you can make it talk, like, hello there. When I was a little girl, I used to play with the snapdragons and pretend they were alive and make them talk like that. Let's see, are you gonna talk? Let's see. Yep. See, like that. Okay, here's another creation station to do different potted plants and different things. Okay, so that is the fourth one that we were in with the impatiens. You can see how huge it is. from the outside. Okay, and hopefully you can see my camera sucks. I want to get a new one so I can do these videos better for you. But this whole space right in there, all the way to like that white storage shed building right here. This is a little over 1 acre space fenced in for gardening. We do a lot of pumpkins in this one, a lot. Okay, so turning back around, that's the 4th house again right there. That's the 3rd, 2nd, and the 1st one. So you can see they're attached to the big main one, and you just kind of walk through them. But yeah, that's the main pumpkin garden right there, and we had morning glories up the side of this whole fence and my fence, and it looked really awesome. I'm gonna do that again, and some improvements. My garden just gets better and better year after year. Okay, here we go. That's the first greenhouse right there. Lots of different mulches and different potting soils, different potting mixes, different compost, wood chips, things like that, mulch. And then that's that smaller one. I didn't get a chance because I didn't want to move the block right now, but there's all kinds of herbs in there. That's our herb house right there. And this is my house. This is right here. This is my house right here where I live. And my yard over here. Excuse me. Alright, so I have been working on my front flower bed right now. And I'm gonna plant more, but that's a blueberry. Those will have blueberries from last year. Columbines, Starry Night petunias. This one's awesome. Look at this. This is a clematis. These are a perennial vine that I want growing up the wall. It will be up growing up this wall of my house. You can see how small it is, but it will be beautiful when it springs forth. Yeah, this is the start. It looks terrible right now, but just getting started. I'll show you the finished product result will be worth it. Look at how cool these Starry Night petunias are. I just think they're so unique and cool, and they're the ones that get sold out first. Some Flo, purple salvia, more columbines, blueberries all in front, and some roses mixed in. It's kind of what I thought, and I'm gonna put some little mushroom houses and little Smurf village, fairy village type stuff. And then on this side, I'm gonna make a patio out of paver stone blocks right here. And then this is my other flower bed with some more blueberries and some solar lights. I really like these solar lights, and they're not that expensive. But at night, and they're solar, so they last a while. These are from last year. I think they're like $2 a piece or something like that. But at nighttime, they cast like a cool glow effect on the wall, kind of like a shadow effect, sort of like a forest. It's cool. That is my awesome oak tree. It is huge. As you can see, that oak trees have very significant magical meaning to me. So this oak tree guards our yard and holds my daughter's little swing. And there she is. Say hi, you're on TV. Say hi. What's your name? Ella? I know, are you my best garden helper?
Yeah.
I'm doing a garden video. Okay, so I got a fire pit. My daughter's sandbox is over here. And it's perfect because when I'm out in the garden, which is right over here on the other side of the fence, my garden. So it goes from all the way over there to that line of trees. You can see all the way over there to that line of trees. That's how big my garden is. So mine is just a little over an acre. The entire back fence on the very far side of that is all lilacs. Last year I did a lot of work in this garden, making paths. If you can see the paths, let's walk in there. Actually, I'm going to show you some stuff in my own garden. Finally, started getting started now. What